Hey y'all, it's your boy, the world's greatest dad, coming at you today from the bathroom, baby. And what we have here is the Novah professional grade clipper and trimmer set. So today we're gonna go ahead and unbox these bad boys, take a detailed close look at them, fully test them out, and see if it might be something you need to pick up as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. When you pick these up, it's gonna show up in a box just like this. Let's get them opened up, check them out. Now, as I was unboxing this thing, the first thing I want to point out is just how well presented this product is. Definitely a nice box. On the inside, everything had a place for it to be, so great for storage when you're not using it. I also like the fact that right on the inside of the box, they talk about maintenance here and where you should be putting oil on these. Now, on the back of this, we've got some specifications. You'll see on both of these trimmers and clippers, we've got 4 to 5 hours of runtime on a full charge. Our clipper is powered by a 2500 mAh lithium battery, and our trimmer powered by a 2000 mAh lithium battery. Both the motors are going to be 3 volts. Now, as we dive into everything that was inside the box, you'll see here we've got our clippers, our trimmers, a cape, comb, 2 charging cables, brush, oil, instruction manuals for both our clipper and our trimmer, along with our 1-year warranty card. Then we're going to have 4 different attachments for our trimmer and 6 attachments for our clipper. Now, I spent a few minutes going through the instruction manuals. I do like that they've got pictures along with the detailed instructions, breaking down everything you need to know about these clippers, all the way down to blade removal if you ever needed to do that. Now, they also point out that these should not be used in wet conditions, so you don't want to run them underwater or use them in your shower. For cleaning, you can just use a cloth with a little bit of water or a mild soap solution. And don't forget to register for your 1-year warranty. They've got a way to text it or go to their website and take care of that too. Now let's go ahead and take a little closer look at our clippers and our trimmers. Now I do want to point out that we bought the combo pack here today, but if you just wanted to pick up the clippers, you can buy those separately, or you could also buy just these trimmers as well. We'll look at our clippers first. All around, beautiful looking set. Kind of got a little grip here for the hand. Our power button, our adjustment for depth. Now at the bottom of the clipper, we're going to have our charging port, and there's a little hook. Now these do have 2 power settings, and our power button's right here. So if we go to our first one, you'll see our display screen comes on the bottom. Go to our second one, and all the way down to power off. Now the clippers can be adjusted with this lever here, starting at 0.5 millimeters all the way up to 2 millimeters. And one thing that's really cool is this little display screen right here. And you'll see when we turn it on speed 1, it's going to show us how much power we have left, so you know exactly where you're at and when you need to charge. And we go ahead and turn it up to the turbo. That little turbo notification comes on as well. Now our trimmers are going to have the exact same layout as our clippers. Again, reminding you to oil after every use. There is no adjustment here. It does have the 2 speeds, and of course our little notification screen there at the bottom too. And to give you some sizing, our clippers are going to measure out to just over 7 inches long, while our trimmers are going to be just over 6 inches. And the blade width is going to be about 1 7/8 inches for our clippers and about 1.5 inches for our trimmer. And as we throw these on the scale, our clippers are going to weigh in at just about 10 ounces, while our clippers weigh in at about 6.2 ounces. Now, as we take a look at our attachments, we do have 6 different ones here that start at 1/16 of an inch or 1.5 millimeters and go all the way up to a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeters. Now, the blade guards are well put together. I like that they're clearly labeled on both the inside and outside. They're also really easy to just slide on and snap into place, and then use this little lever here to take them off. Now a trimmer comes with 4 blade guards ranging from 1.5 millimeters all the way up to 6 millimeters. And these are going to be all plastic, but clearly labeled from 1 to 4, as well as the millimeters. Now to slide these on, also very simple to do, and there's a little lever there for a quick, easy takeoff. Now we'll go ahead and get both these things charged up to 100%. Now they do provide you with 2 different charging cords, and you'll see one side right here is going to go into the bottom of each one of your units. Nice, tight, snug fit there. And then on the other side, we're going to have a USB-A connection. So there is no wall adapter. You'll have to have one of those yourself. but these days you probably have a million of those banging around anyway. Now, another nice thing about these cords is they're actually pretty long. They're about 6 feet long, so it should give you plenty of distance to get them plugged into some type of outlet. Now, you will notice that as we plug these in, your indicator will come on and tell you where your power's at, and you'll have a little red indicator too, showing you that the unit is charging. And I will point out that you do have the ability to use both these clippers and trimmers while they're on the charger. Now, after your clipper or trimmers are fully charged, you will see the little red charging indication goes off. It shows you 100% power, and that will eventually shut off as well, and it'll just be a dark screen. Let's go cut some hair. Now, before the fur starts flying and we fully test out our Novah clipper and trimmer set, I do want to point out for the past year, I've been cutting my hair and trimming my beard with this Braun 3 Series 5-in-1. Now, honestly, for a cheap little shaver, this thing really hasn't been that bad, but you will notice something. It's missing the main head to it that does all the trimming. Now, I didn't lose it, but I have a daughter who has an uncanny ability to not only lose her stuff, but to lose my stuff as well. But that's okay, because it was time for an upgrade, and hey, I like to do reviews anyway. So we'll go ahead and compare this Braun today and see how it does with our new professional grade Novah clipper and trimmers. I'm going to follow in the instructions today and oil my blades as they've pointed out. Now, there's 2 places we're going to oil. We're going to do a couple drops right there, and then we're going to do a drop on each side. Now we'll go ahead and do our trimmer too. Now, a quick side note when it comes to this oil. If you're anything like me, when you buy one of these clipper sets, you open this up, you use it a time or two, it leaks out and it makes a mess, and then you never oil your clippers again. I'm getting smarter with my old age though, so when I bought this, I actually picked up some of this hair blade clipper oil as well. Really didn't cost that much, was a nice little add-on with this package, and now I have kind of a leak-proof little thing of this oil, and I can make sure that I keep these oiled, and they should last me a long time. Now, you don't want to watch me cut my hair for 20 minutes, but you can watch the highlights. Let's go ahead and start with our little trimmer right here and get this neckline and beard line all taken care of. All right, now it's time to put the trimmers down for a little bit and go ahead and pull out our clippers. We're gonna go ahead and shave our head right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and start out with our 1/16 or our A. And again, we can adjust our height right there. So if I wanted a little bit longer, I'd keep that in the back position. I'm gonna put it in the shortest position and see how close that gets us to the scalp. Now, I wasn't even paying attention. I think they had that on turbo the whole time. So let's go ahead and make a swipe right here just on the first setting. And now let's go ahead and turn this thing on the second setting, which is our turbo. Definitely like using the turbo when I'm going through thicker hair. All right, my A or 1/16 blade at the lowest setting right here did a pretty good job of getting me down pretty close to the scalp. I'm gonna go ahead and use my trimmer again, and this is the 1.5, so it's the same size as the one that I had on my clippers. But I'm just gonna go ahead and run over this line right by my ear. Now I'm going to be a little more gradual and use my 2 here. This is my 3mm. And now my 3, which is my 4.5mm. And now the 5, the 6mm. Now I'm going to go back to my clipper set so I can go ahead and use this 10mm number 3. And we'll finish up with this 13mm number 4. Now let's go ahead and clean up the mustache as well as get any of these flyers in the beard. Alright boys, I think we are good to go other than getting a real close razor shave, but you will notice that trimmer does a good job getting nice and close to the skin. Clippers did a great job trimming my head there, and if we turn our clippers on, you're going to see we're actually still at 100%. Turn our trimmer on and we still are at 97%, so not bad. After getting a chance to use these today, I did want to compare them to my Braun 3 series that I've been using for the past year. Going to be more comparable here to my trimmer setup. As you can see, they're about the same size. And one thing that I did really like about the Braun was it had these adjustable levels. So when you put the head on, you could adjust it higher or lower. Now, my Novah doesn't have that feature. You got to use the little clippable heads instead. Now, I will say, though, the motor in this Novah is going to be a lot more powerful than this Braun is. The Braun, very lightweight here. This has a little more girth to it, and you can just get through a lot more hair using this than you can with the Braun. Now, you also couldn't use the Braun while it was plugged in, and another thing I didn't like about this was just the fact you never knew how much battery power you had left. There really was no indicator when it was low. I really like the fact that when we turn this thing on, it does show us our battery level. Now, one thing I did like about the Braun that is not included with the Novah is that you'll see here we've got a nose and ear trimmer, and although we have a lot of different attachments for this, we don't have one of those. Now we can go ahead and use our little brush they gave us to get our clippers all cleaned out. Put our blade protector on and put these away for next time. So there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Novah Professional Clippers and Trimmers. So to close this video out, here's my 3 takeaways. Number 1 definitely has to be the nice display screen that's going to show us not only the battery level that we have, it's going to tell us when we're in turbo mode, and it's going to let us know when we're charging as well. A lot of clippers I've had in the past, they don't have that battery indicator, so you could be halfway through shaving your head or trimming your beard, run out of juice, and then you're in a pinch until you get those things charged up. Now, number 2 is going to be the long battery life. Now, they advertise that these things should last you up to 4 to 5 hours on a charge. Today, we spent about 10 minutes shaving our head, maybe about 15 minutes getting our beard all trimmed up, and our beard trimmer was at 97%. Our hair trimmer was still at 100%. So I would say that's a pretty accurate assessment. Now, number 3 is going to be just how powerful that the motor is in both of these. We had absolutely 0 issues powering through all the hair on my head as I shaved it bald today, or working through my beard as well. So it's for those reasons and more, I'm going to go ahead and give these bad boys a world's greatest dad thumbs up, and I say, go out and get you some.